Morning all. So today's adventure on the farm is, hey Roller, what are you looking for? Where's Chloe? Find her. So today's adventure is I have to make my own sprayer. So this is what I mean. If you could see, I have the plastic rows that I laid down and we planted our gray squash in here. So in between the rows, I need to be able to spray and not spray the actual row, because that would make no sense to just spray that. So we're going to make a sprayer. I have everything over at the other farm that will drive the tractor directly over the plastic and be able to put down a pre-emergent, which will not allow the weeds to come up for a few weeks. And you'll see that I also have a few weeds that are still hanging on after I ran the leveler over. So we'll put a little Roundup in there just to take care of that. But this field will be for the gray squash and the yellow summer squash. Everything's planted. You could see. You're probably asking why I did not put plastic in the center there. So can you see? The reason for that is I'm just gonna do my own little experiment. I still put drip tape there, and I'm still gonna treat it the same way that I treat the plastic squash. But I just wanna see the difference between using the organic plastic opposed to just bare ground. It'll get the same fertilizer, the same spray as far as the pre-emerge, and then we'll go ahead and spray it with the fungicides and just like we do everything else. But I just want to see the difference, so that's why I ended up doing that. There's only about 10 rows or so in there out of the whole field that's like that. And then over there you'll see that there's no plastic there either, and I also bedded that up. So the reason that we did it like that is because I actually ripped all the trees out of that. That was an old hedgerow that was all grown up, had groundhogs in it, and it was just a mess, really. So I wanted it to be nice and clean. Over the winter time, took all the trees out of there, cut them up, used them for firewood, and burned the rest of the stuff that I could. And I got some videos of that. I'll see if I could put that on here too. But I could not put the plastic down here because there's still quite a bit of roots and limbs that I just couldn't get out no matter how much I plowed and kept working. And we went over here a few times and picked it out, and it just wasn't worth it to put the plastic over this, because the roots would have just popped through whatever was left. So we just bedded it up. Still planted it, but you'll see stuff like this. So anyway, that's the plan. I will do another video. There's Rolo out there rolling in something. What are you doing? Get out of there. Hey. I guess dogs will be dogs. What are you rolling in? What'd you do? Anyway, I'll put some video up of me making the sprayer. I won't be using it today because it rained well over an inch the past 2 days, so it's pretty soft here. But at least when it dries up, we'll be ready to go. Got a bunch of rain in the forecast still, so we're gonna work in between the raindrops, see what we can get done. So you guys are probably asking, or some of you, why we put down this plastic. So the reasoning with that is you put the plastic down when it's still a little cool outside, and it helps to, so the black helps to absorb the sun rays, which then in turn helps warm the ground up under the plastic. You could see that it fits pretty tight down there. Yeah, this is a little loose, but the machine lays it down. It then absorbs the rays of the sun during the day, and warms the ground up underneath, which squash and a lot of other crops like warmer temperatures. So that's one of the reasons for it. Another reason is around the edges, so in between the plastic, is when in between the rows stays open, so that the guys can walk down and pick the crop. Also underneath the plastic, the weeds will not grow under there. So that means that we only have to worry about the weeds in between the plastic, which we could spray some pre-emerge on there. And once I do the sprayer, we'll be able to maintain them a little bit more. And also underneath of this is one line of drip tape, which it has 12-inch spacings on it. So every 12 inches, it lets just a little bit of water seep out of there when I turn the irrigation on. That helps because you don't used to have to use as much water when you irrigate, and you can irrigate a lot more at that point. So we're conserving water, and we're also conserving fuel because we don't have to run the irrigation unit as long. And along with the irrigation, and I'll make videos of this later on, we're also able to put down fertilizer through the water when the irrigation unit is turned on. So there's an injector system that I'll set up over there. That's where the well is, and we're able to put all the fertilizer that these plants need down right through the drip tape. So the plastic will conserve the moisture under there too, so we don't have to irrigate as often. And when we do irrigate, we'll be able to fertilize right alongside the plants, right where it needs it. That means that we don't have to put fertilizer in between here, so we could use a lot less fertilizer as well. So there are many benefits to this. I know that I'm probably missing a few, but there are a lot of benefits to doing it like this. So hopefully we have a good year. I mean, the coronavirus is really messing some stuff up, but we just got to keep going. Gonna take a quick trip in the Tractor Supply to get what I need for the sprayer. Now what?
Get off.
You don't like me on your four-wheeler?
No.
Sweet four-wheeler, bro.
Oh, he's mad, Daddy. He's mad at you. Mad.
Alright, well. Guess that means that I can't ride his four-wheeler. Even though I just fixed it after he popped the chain. Because he drives it like a wild man.
Wild man.
And there it goes. He just popped the chain off of it. Shifting in the gears too fast. Forward, reverse, forward, reverse. So we fixed that up for him. I had the second to come over here and look at the dill and cilantro. You could see, I don't know if you could see that right here. The dill just coming up, maybe about an inch or so. Grows pretty fast. Pretty much like a weed, really. So they'll be ready in a few weeks. Got some sunshine, some decent weather, temperature-wise.
I'm not driving.
Then this is the second planting. Let's see if you can see this. Of cilantro. That'll all be picked and bunched. It'll get a tag on there just like what you see at the supermarket. Say cilantro on it. And it'll be ready to go at the supermarket for you guys. Here's Wild Man. He's back. And he's gone. So that's it. We got all the kids out here today on this nice day. Temperature's good. We got, let's see if I can figure out how to flip this. No, all right. Well, we're out here working on the sprayer to spray in between the rows of plastic. I had an old one laying in the weeds. So my dad used to use it to spray his garden. Here's what it looks like. It's just flipped over. So what we're gonna do is take these wings off, both sides. We're gonna cut a new piece that's on the back of the truck. We're gonna run it across here. And then I went to Tractor Supply and got the sprayer nozzles that we'll put on there, 2 per side, so that'll spray just in between the row. I got the air induction ones, which they put a bigger droplet out, so there'll be less drift. And drift is, you know, when the wind's blowing like it is today, the finer the mist, the more it's going to drift. So the bigger the droplet, it'll fall faster to the ground and won't get on anything such as the plants that we don't want to spray. So we're in progress of doing it. We're just ripping all this stuff off. We'll start new and give you guys a picture when we get done.